My dear, lovely, and beautiful Libras, this is your horoscope for May 2024. And in May, we have biggest planet, Jupiter, a happiest planet of universe, a planet of luck and expansion, changing signs. You know, Jupiter spends a year in each sign, and this is very big transit in astrology. Jupiter changes signs. And in your case, it will go into your house of travel, my dear Libras. Oh my God. Most of you guys will be busy with traveling from, May 26th until June 2025. Now, from this year until next year, June, Jupiter will expand your house of travel, your house of education. Also, ninth house is responsible for foreign affairs, legal affairs. You will be in luck in all these areas, my dear Libras. And Jupiter is the, as a planet of luck, it will bring you luck if you are, let's say, in a legal case taking part and you have legal litigation, let's say, or in legal process of some sort. Now, Jupiter will help you and will be on your side. You have all the aces to win that case, my dear Libras. For those of you who've been trying with these documents and visas, moving, immigrating somewhere, changing countries, it all needs always usually like documents and work permits and passport, all these things, and Jupiter will make it much, much faster. And even getting a citizenship, my dear Libras, this is your luckiest year. It's starting on 26th of May in terms of getting a citizenship. That was your dream, changing, taking up another second citizenship of another country. Jupiter will give you with ease that. Also, those of you who've been like wishing to travel far, Jupiter is the planet of travels. Also, coming to your travel house will expand it enormously. You might be quite a lot of traveling around, seeing new people, new languages, experiencing new cultures and countries, and all these things is Jupiter promising for you, my dear Libras, from 26th of May. Now, those of you who are teachers, who are working as a teachers or mentors, you will be in the big luck, especially you guys, because ninth house is the house of teachers, those who teach, those who, mentor, help someone. So if you're in that kind of profession, Jupiter here will help you to climb your career ladder. As a teacher, your influence will broaden, and your influence will get much bigger, and you will have this authority as an amazing teacher and reliable one, and you might have a lot of clients also. Now, for some of you, it might be about grandchildren. If you're around that age, you might, receive news, and next year you will become a grandmother or grandfather, my dear Libras. Also, ninth house is the house of publishing. Now, those of you who are writers, this Jupiter will help you double, because if you've been writing a book or an article or even a research, if you're a student and you're or a researcher and you've been trying to publish your work, book, article, now Jupiter will help you here find that amazing publishing house, that amazing editor, and everything will go smooth, and Jupiter will make sure to make sure that your book, your research, or article will be successful when it's published, and everything will go smooth here, my dear Libras. Now, those of you, who've been, let's say, building relationship for a second time, like solid relationship, because with Libras, you are no joke people. You are a sign of partnership. So for you guys, it's extra important to be in a partnership. Now, ninth house is the house of second marriages. Some of you are getting married second time, my dear Libras, and Jupiter will bring that luck for you. You see how Jupiter is helping you with all these foreign things. You might even learn a couple of foreign languages during this year, coming year, my dear Libras. In such a luck you are. Now, you might, recall what was happening 12 years ago, because Jupiter was in the same ninth house 12 years ago. So it's 2012. What was going on in your life? Something positive, like maybe you've been immigrating. Also, you were immigrating that time, or you were, I don't know, entering a school or university, getting a higher degree, some sort. All these things might come back, and you might actually get, let's say, answer to your questions what Jupiter might bring, because nothing in our life is exactly same, right? But many things will be similar to what was going on 12 years ago in 2012. Yes. So you might recall back to that time, so you can get an idea what Jupiter's presence will be for you, my dear Libras. Now let's start with from the beginning. On 2nd of May, Pluto goes retrograde, meaning moving backward. Simply speaking, slowing down. It will not stop its influence, but it will be a bit with the delay, bringing the messages into your life in that area where it is transiting. Now, Pluto from 2nd of May will start retrograding for half year until 13th of October in your house of true love, my dear Libras. Now, this will be perfect time for you to actually, transform. And Pluto is the planet of transformations, planet of a big karma also. It will be amazing time for you to really transform and reshape your thoughts, your stance, and your perception on love. What is true love for you? What does it mean dating? And what sort of partners you would like to attract into your life, and what sort of partners you would, also would like to date. And, Pluto will help you to actually shape your values in this area of your life. Also, retrograding, meaning like it might be that your ex-husband or ex-wife might be contacting. You might be dealing a lot with this half year with your exes, because Pluto is the planet of transformation. It might be that you might be meeting also quite frequently than before with your exes. 5th house is also house of kids, my dear Libras. Now, here it seems like you might be again learning how to be parents, or let's say if there was some period that you've been away from your kids, and now it's your kids and you are like reuniting, and now you are again learning how to be parent, or how to live together, and some sort of all your schedule is changing. Also, 5th house is the house of business. And those of you who are business owners, my dear Libras, Pluto will help you to reinvest maybe into your old businesses, and to reshape maybe, to, rethink some concepts, or maybe revive your old businesses as well, or maybe your old business partners come back into your life. And actually finding powerful business partners. And here, like in terms of love, like 5th house is the house of dating. It's a house of romance. And here you might, start dating with someone powerful, also who has power and money, my dear Libras. 5th house is also a house of creativity. Those of you who are actors, dancers, models, singers, in all this kind of area of art and creativity, it might be that Pluto will give you a sort of inspiration back to you, sort of like going back to old practices. Let's say doing the same things, or maybe doing with the same, like having a photo shoot with the same photographer. I mean, you're previously worked, let's say, together, photographer or studio or dance club, anything related that was in your past actually. Moving forward, on 8th of May, new moon. We have new moon in your house of money, other people's money, your another financial house, my dear Libras. And that new moon will be positive one, because Saturn will make amazing support from your house of work. And, Saturn is the planet of discipline, planet of taking responsibilities and time. Saturn is the indicator of work itself. And new moon is, from the word new, right? Everything is new. Something is new beginning here in your, this part of life of other people's money, meaning maybe governmental money, some other financial institutions' money, or scholarships or bank loans. So here it seems like you might get a bank loan also with the help of your work or with the help of your colleagues, like getting some references from them so that your loan gets approved, and it seems like you are taking that loan for something, let's say for real estate, most of you, because Saturn naturally rules your 4th house, something related to your family or your living situations. Maybe you're repairing your house from damages. and you're taking a loan, let's say, or maybe you're changing living, situation, apartment, and you're taking loan for that as well. Or maybe you are immigrating somewhere and you need money. And it might be that even like those financial institutions, they will approve for you like some financial aid, like governmental aid for immigrating somewhere as well. This new moon is very positive one, and it will help you in a big way with funding and alimony. Let's say if you've receiving the alimony this time, it might be even more, because there is Saturn helping you, and this new moon starting kind of new chapter in your life, like a story, better to say, because chapters are started by eclipses, my dear Libras. Now, 8th house is also a house of inheritance. It might be that you will be writing your inheritance if you're, we're planning your will, let's say, or you will be taking some measures in around those things. And also investments. 8th house is also a house of investments, like in crypto, in coins, in shares, or anything. And it might be that you will invest into those things. And your kind of a work situation allows for you to invest it. You can allow for yourself that luxury, let's say. And this new moon is, happening in your house of health as well. 8th house is the house of health, and the Saturn that is supporting this new moon is also situated in your house of health. It seems like for some of you guys, it might be some concern about health, and even you might need a surgery around this new moon, or it might be that you are healing, or doctors will find, let's say, a new way of healing for you, my dear Libras. This new moon is highly positive, nothing to be worried about. It's amazing one. Even if something's come up, it will have a conclusion, very positive conclusion. So no worry, guys. Now, 8th house is also a house of conception. Those of you who are in this journey of fertility, conception, then it might be that actually this new moon might bring for you news that your IVF went well, successful, or all those non-traditional ways of having babies also was very successful, because 8th house also rules those things. And even in a traditional way, you might be pregnant. You might get this news around this new moon, my dear Libras. Those of you who will, congratulations on that. 8th house is also a house of, esoteric psychology. It's a mystical house. It's that area where we like to dig inside of our head, our soul. It's either through books like astrology or numerology, all sorts of esoterics, psychology, and psychotherapy also. And here it might be you will start this kind of sessions, or you might turn this passion into your full-time job. Those of you who are heavily invested in this area, it might be now the time that this your hobby will be actually your main job. This new moon has the power to give you this opportunity, my dear Libras. Now, on 15th of May, Mercury, planet of communication and signing contracts, will lit your same 8th house with this new moon. Now, Mercury coming to your 8th house, it's all about, signing papers, communication buzzes, and it seems like you will be in talks with banks, financial institutions. Maybe it's for your scholarship, for funding your education, maybe for funding some sort of trip, or buying an apartment, real estate. So you will have a lot of talks, back and forth with these financial institutions and banks and all sorts of this, governmental agencies, where you have to apply for some sort of money so that they give you financial aid for any reasons. Also, it could be like inheritance and writing wills. 15th of May will be the day when exactly you will be doing those, like paper wise, I think. And even when it's about conception, then most probably you will sign the contracts around this 15th of May, my dear Libras. Now, 20th of May, Sun will move into your travel house. Now, by the end of the May, that part of your life that I mentioned in the beginning of this video, with Jupiter coming into your travel house, will lit up fully, because Sun and Venus also will join Jupiter in your 9th house. Sun will move on 20th of May. Venus will come into your 9th house on 23rd of May. Venus as your ruler. and Sun, benefic planet, and Jupiter. All these three planets are, angels of the universe, and they will lit your ninth house. And ninth house is an amazing house to have them, because ninth house is the house where our higher aspirations are, our meaning of life is there. What we think of life in general, and our more of a soul kind of level aspirations, and spiritual evolvement also here now. And ninth house will be the luckiest house for you for the whole next year, my dear Libras, until June 2025. So if you have that dream to immigrate somewhere, if you have that dream to study at some foreign university, let's say Harvard or Yale, whatever is that, those dreamed universities, if you have that dream of winning the case, legal case, or getting a passport of another country, this will be the year for you to kind of get busy around these things. Make an effort, and universe will support, my dear Libras, because nothing comes from the sky, right? Nothing falls into our hands. We need to make an effort, do some things around it, apply to those papers, apply to those things, and make your dream come true. And Jupiter will make sure to bring that dream of yours as easy as possible, because it will be exactly in this area of ninth house that I mentioned. These kind of topics will be amazingly lit for you. Also starting, by the end of May, my dear Libras. And many of you will get married second time also. It seems like. And if your dream also publishing a book article, this is also your year, my dear Libras. Now, May will be finishing up by full moon on 23rd of May in your house of communication. That full moon will be supported by Pluto, a planet of transformation, from your house of true love. Now, here, communication, house, usually full moons, they are conclusion kind of points of something, of some situations that were bubbling up already, that those situations that already exist there in your life, and some things are coming to, logical end, let's say. And full moons also put some light into some information or situation that you should know, or you've been ignoring or not noticing simply. So full moon will bring that part or some sort of information situation into your attention by this full moon. Now, happening in your house of communication and signing contract, it seems like you might sign a contract around this full moon, and it seems like related to your own business. For those of you who are business owners, this full moon will be very important, because you're going to sign very important papers for a long, long time, my dear Libras, because Pluto is the planet of also time, and it will be transiting your fifth house for the next 5 years, next 20 years, your fifth house, I mean. So it seems like if you will be establishing your business, your own business, and signing contract, it will stay as long as 20 years, my dear Libras. Also, it seems like related to creativity part, those of you who are actors, singers, many of you, I know, like in this art sort of area, this full moon also will bring some sort of kind of collaboration, maybe partnership, maybe agent that will promote your skills, your talent around this full moon. You will get that amazing agent to work with, because Pluto naturally in your natal chart rules your earning money house, and it seems like this contract will be very pivotal to earn for you hefty money in the coming 20 years. So for those of you who are in that area, art area will be extra lucky. Now, also, its fifth house is a house of siblings. If you have brothers or sisters, if you don't have, then it's about relatives, like far relatives or neighbors. Third house is the house where we communicate with someone day to day, like relatives, neighbors, or our siblings.